Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. We heard many years ago from Frank Warren and Daniel Dubois that Dubois had chinned or hurt Anthony Joshua in sparring back in the days. They were constantly mentioning it, in fact. And Anthony Joshua never denied being hurt by Daniel Dubois. But now that they've actually signed to fight each other all these years later, Dubois and Warren don't seem so keen on talking about that incident anymore. It seems as though they were just using it to try and get the AJ fight for all those years and maybe generate some publicity for Daniel Dubois. Now they've got the fight, they're not talking about it too much because, I think, of the fact that Dubois' previous opponent, Filip Hrgović, was banging on about how he battered Daniel Dubois in a sparring session back in the days. And Dubois went into that fight saying all of that is irrelevant. And evidently it was, given the way the fight played out. As such, it would be kind of foolish for Daniel Dubois to lean too much into whatever he did to Anthony Joshua in sparring back in the days. With that being said, it's perfectly understandable that fighters, pundits, YouTubers, and boxing fans are going to speculate about whether the memory of that incident still lives in Anthony Joshua's head. He was certainly haunted by what happened to him against Andy Ruiz. Is he haunted by the Dubois incident? Personally, I don't think so, despite how dramatic it may have been, because you've got Anthony Fowler now coming out saying he was there during the incident. You can see the tweet on screen here from Michael Benson quoting Anthony Fowler. He said, "Joshua got caught with a short left hook and his legs completely went. Dubois could have hit him again and put him to sleep, but Dubois had a bit too much respect for him to finish him off. Joshua's legs were like jelly. He wanted to carry on, but Rob McCracken was like, have a little break, get your legs back to normal." And then they continued. Dubois probably could have hit him again and knocked him out, but he chose not to out of respect. Now, the reason I don't think AJ will be particularly traumatized by this is because Fraser Clark, who was also a member of Team GB and witnessed many spars between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois, said that AJ nearly always got the better of it. Bear in mind, unlike Anthony Fowler, Fraser Clark is a heavyweight, so he was in there sparring AJ himself with other heavyweights on rotation. So if anyone's more likely to have seen a lot of AJ's spars with Dubois, it'd be Fraser Clark rather than Anthony Fowler. So I don't think AJ's just going to be thinking about that one incident where Dubois clipped him. I think he'll also be thinking about the countless other spars they had where AJ was the one getting the better of it. And of course, it's not the first time we've heard about AJ being hurt or knocked out in the gym. David Price knocked him out in the gym. Everyone's familiar with that story. I think that's when AJ was still an amateur. It kind of makes you laugh when you hear all these lunatics that turn up in the comment section of some of my videos claiming that Anthony Joshua's got one of the best chins in the heavyweight division. Give it a rest. He's got an average chin. Not bad, just average. And by the way, I don't know what's going on with this current generation where people don't seem to understand what the word average means. Average doesn't mean bad. You do realize that, don't you? It means right there in the middle. If 1 is terrible and 10 is incredible, then 5 is average. In any event, I don't think that Daniel Dubois actually knows what he's letting himself in for here. I think that Anthony Joshua, with all the experience he now has and the technical tweaks he's made under Ben Davison, is a completely different animal to the one who sparred Daniel Dubois back in the days. Totally different. I think he genuinely is punching harder than ever because I can see how his punch mechanics have altered in his last couple fights. So it's not just, as far as I'm concerned, Eddie Hearn promotional rhetoric. No, I think it's a genuine thing. He's actually punching harder than ever. And when he connects clean on Daniel Dubois, which he will, Dubois is going to be seeing stars. And don't get it twisted, Dubois has got the youth, he's got the energy, he's got the fearlessness, he's got the punching power, he's got the stamina, the work rate. The potential is there to beat Anthony Joshua, to stop him. But to do that, he's going to have to overcome Anthony Joshua's skills and his physicality. I think this fight really is a matter of whoever lands a big punch first goes on to win, but when I weigh it all up, I strongly feel as though Anthony Joshua is more likely to land a big punch first. He's the taller guy. For my money, he's the faster guy. He's more defensively responsible. He's the better counter puncher of the two. He's got more experience. So I think it will be him landing the first real heavy shot. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. AJ wobbled in sparring back in the days by Daniel Dubois. Anthony Fowler was there. He witnessed it. He says AJ was gone. Dubois could have wiped him out but chose not to out of respect. Does this change your mind on the way you see the fight going? Or do you think it's totally irrelevant at this stage because it was so long ago? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't done already, share, and stay tuned for my next upload. I'm out.